It's a sin to hide behind this heartache, to make believe that I've found someone new. It's a sin to say that I don't miss you when people know I'm still in love with you.
I am always a little sad to leave the Narrows, and happy to return.
Well, if Daniel has his way, you wouldn't be seeing the Narrows for a very long time, if ever. I'm surprised that isn't a red line for your people. The tribals I've heard of in the Wasteland are nearly always very protective of their homeland, often violently so. But you seriously respect Daniel's authority that much to leave all of this behind? Holy shit, I think I could hear the NCR president climaxing at the mere idea of having that much control over his people.
Daniel is a wise man, and a great friend to the Sorrows.
I didn't say he's not, but there's a difference between a good friend who just wants to have a couple of beers and a good friend who just wants to steer your future. For your own good, of course, but he was supposed to be a missionary and a teacher, nothing more.
He taught me to speak the language of New Canaan, the English from the holy books.
Ah yes, the holy books. I started reading that last night before the whole Whitelegs incident. There's a surprising amount of warmongering in there, even just in the small section I was reading. I think they were about to lay siege to some place called Jericho. It's not entirely consistent with the peace-loving image Daniel was portraying. I still can't believe you're learning a whole new language just for this.
Yes, the language of the New Canaanites is the holy tongue, for it is the language their sacred books are written in. The Father in the caves brought it to them after the judgment, but the ancestors of the Sorrows sinned against him. They were denied the true tongue.
The true tongue, implying it's the ultimate language. I guess all pre-war documents and books were written in English, so from a purely practical point, you could say that's the case. But your people find that stuff taboo anyway. That's not one of your people, is it? Seems a little pale. You know what that means. Oh, that's a white leg. I recognize that hairstyle. We have the drop on you this time, motherfucker. Oh, you had friends with you. Good. I'm wearing Ranger combat armor and I'm using a Ranger brush gun. If I grew up in the NCR, this should be a dream come true. Let's tango, boys and girls.
You proud of me yet, Boo?
I'm a professional. Ah, misfire. Never mind, I'm not a professional. Cloud, don't do that!
I have this under control.
No, you did not have that under control. Holy shit, I nearly shot you in the back. Did Daniel never teach you to stay out of the line of fire? Bullets do not have allegiances. They fuck up whatever's in front of them, holy or otherwise. I don't understand it. They used to say that people go on a power trip when they have a gun, but from what I've seen, people act more reckless when they get a melee weapon. Veronica and Grandma were prime examples. Well, here's a reality check, Waking Cloud. You don't have power armor or bulletproof skin. So for the love of the Father in the cave, stay behind cover and let me deal with this kind of shit. At least I have combat armor. Oh shit, and even I'm not that reckless. Ow. Ooh, there's no cover here, fuck me. You know what that means? My gun is more accurate than yours, prick.
Messy business. I am glad it's over.
Ironically, it would have been a lot messier if you used a bear glove. That thing looks like it could dismember a guy. But seriously though, as much as I would love to see that, please be more careful next time, Cloud. I don't know if you have a family or not, but I'd rather you go back to them in one piece.
I do. A fine husband and 3 children.
Well, there you go. I'm surprised you're out here risking your neck when you have 3 kids. If something went wrong, then that's a lot of broken hearts.
I miss them each day, but I take comfort in knowing they are safe.
Wait, they're not with you at the camp? Now that I think about it, I didn't see any children in the Narrows. Is there another camp I don't know about? Oh boy. Cloud, you might want to stay here for a little bit. I need to go and check something. I'm gonna get clawed in the back of the head for this, aren't I? Oh, you're coming in with me.
We should not be here. This place, it belongs to the Father in the caves.
Yeah.
We must not profane it with our touch.
Well, it's a little late for that. I'm touching it already. Damn it. I knew this was gonna be a problem. I told Daniel as much, but apparently he didn't even bother talking to you about it first. Where's Chalk when I need him?
Many of the caves around the valley are sacred to him, and those who would trespass are punished by holy wrath.
Yep, holy wrath. I heard it feels a lot like getting your leg bitten by a bear trap. Speaking of which... Ooh, that is a nasty place to put those, my good sir.
Do not mock that which you do not know. Such talk can only anger the Father.
Okay, how do I put this delicately? Wow, a tripwire as well? This guy wasn't messing around with this one. But yeah, I do know about these caves. This is not the first one I've been into. Now, to be fair, you are absolutely correct to be cautious when you're in here. These traps are no joke, but that's all they are. Traps, not supernatural powers. These are just the leftovers of a man who used to live here from just after the war. I don't know what happened to him exactly, but he's long dead now. I'll show you what I mean if you're willing to calm down.
You speak as one who has not heard the tales, who has not seen the sacred images. If you knew, you would not mock.
I'm not trying to mock anything, I'm just trying to show you the truth. Look, I told you to wait outside, but you came in anyway. You could have turned around any moment, but you're still following me. Admit it, that curious part of your brain, the part that we all have, wants to know. Besides, you're all about the sacred words, aren't you? Well, here it is. Let me read to you the actual words of your father in the cave. You might find it a little different compared to the holy books of the New Canaanites. Year 2097. And for your information, we're currently in the year 2281, so this was, what, 184 years ago? That's quite a gap from when Jesus was around over 2,000 years ago, but who cares about details, right? Oh shit, I just realized this isn't gonna make a lot of sense to you if you haven't been reading the previous entries. Good thing I downloaded all of them on my Pip-Boy. You have some reading to do tonight. But here's the short version. A man was out camping in Zion when the world got a bit toasty. He survived in the caves but got sad. He went back home but found his wife and son dead, so he got even more sad. He came back and found another group of survivors. He started helping them in secret but kept his distance for some reason, only to watch them get killed by a tribe of blue fuckers with itchy throats. That made him the saddest man of all time, so he went on a righteous killing spree. There, I just saved you a lot of reading. But enough from me, here's what your god has to say about everything. January 13th. The coffers are gone finally. All 34 that still lived ate their dead for strength, then struck out southeast. I mean, I would have thought that human meat would be more nutritious than everything else you can find in this valley, but I've never tried it, so what do I know, right? Victory. 10 months of killing. All I feel is cold. They deserved every goddamn bit of it. January 17th. Thought I was dreaming, but the screams were real. For a moment thought they tricked me, just pretended to leave Zion, then sent a patrol to track me down, but the screams were a woman's. Where the hell is this going? Edged around corner in passageway to have a look. One Volter, ankle deep in bear trap. Yikes, someone didn't respect the spirits, I guess. Oh, don't you wave that claw at me, woman! Leveled my SMG, but the way she was crying stopped me. How she screamed when she saw me. Been their boogeyman for a long time. Ironically, they must have thought he was some kind of supernatural being too. Named Sylvie. Claims she ran away from them. Calls them evil people. Children of the devil. Turns out they were sick after all. Something they caught in a vault they lived in. She never came down with it. Yet. Oh boy, is that what happened to our survivalist? Did they both join the Green Coalition? So help me, I wound up being her nurse. January 18th. Her story matches what I learned from my interrogations last year. But according to her, let's just say it was bad to be a woman in that group. So when they left, she slipped away. She knows next to nothing about living outside the vault. Says she wants to learn. Well, in that case, it's a good thing she stepped in that trap and met this guy, I suppose. She's in for one hell of a ride. I wonder how she feels about drinking cave water. But anyway, you get the gist, Waking Cloud. I didn't want to break it to you like this, but your god was just another survivalist trying to stay one step ahead of his own demise.
I do not know this survivalist, but the father in the caves is the god of the New Canaanites.
No, Cloud. I'm trying to tell you that he was just a man. Now, I don't know what he did to deserve this much veneration from your people, but it's misplaced. I could just take the easy way out and not say anything, all the while playing the good guy by saying that I'm respecting your beliefs. But honestly, it's just a matter of time before Daniel himself tells you as much. The father in the cave and the god of the New Canaanites are two separate things. I'll keep reading, maybe you'll understand later. September 9th. Never been so scared in my life. Canada wasn't scary, just sickening. The criminality of it. The end of the world wasn't scary, When I knew you and Alex were dead, I didn't have anything left to be scared about. That was his wife and son, by the way. I just went on for some reason. I wasn't scared fighting the Vultures. It was like I kept daring them to finish me. When I killed them, I think it was the closest I came to being happy in years. Okay, buddy, calm down. The bad people are gone. You can stop killing now. Sylvie is pregnant and I am terrified. Oh wow, I was wondering where he was going with all that.
Katubiu, blessings to you.
Blessings indeed, and I think they needed that. Ridiculous old man, a father again at 47. In this world? Well, whose fault was that, you son of a bitch?
Do not the New Canaanites books say the Father gave the world his child?
Yeah, I guess. What's your point? Oh, whoa, hang on a minute. Do not make a connection with this.
I have seen the holy books, and once I even saw an image of the Holy Child and his mother.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. There are plenty of fathers in the world. That does not mean this is the same father Daniel spoke of. I mean, come on. If you put a vulnerable woman in the cave with a horny old bastard, then things will happen. Oh dear lord, why did I just say that? Moving swiftly on. She's so excited and so trusting. Says it's God's will that we have this child. Okay, now that's the God Daniel spoke of. Like nothing could go wrong. You see, Char, she doesn't know about you and Alex. Never told her. Almost did sometimes, but what you and I had, it seemed wrong to share it. More like an old man not wanting his young wife to know he failed the one who came before her, hiking into Tokerville for medical books and supplies. This will be done right. I'm sorry, Char. Hope you can forgive me. Oh, come on, man. How many years has it been? It's not like having another spouse after the first one died is anything new. Life threw enough bullshit your way already. Just accept the occasional good thing. Besides, if Char really cared about you, she wouldn't want you to stay alone forever. I'm sure of it. March 5th. Baby was breech. What the hell does that mean?
Wa atako meis.
Is that bad? Would have been a son, Michael. What do you mean, would have? Did my best to turn him. Failed. Must have done cesarean too late. Had to put Sylvie out, and she never woke up. Whoa, hang on. Did the baby die? And the mother as well? No. What? Huh? Did he fuck up? How did we go from God's will to this? Buried them south of the Narrows. Oh shit. Well, this time I was by their side, so much better. I think I can finally do it. Blow my fucking brains out all over this goddamn cave. Okay. Stop. Stop. This can't be it, surely. Oh, come on, that's all he wrote? I cannot believe this happened to him. Do you not realize he was this close to having a normal life again? But just like that, he lost another family. That's 3. I could barely hold myself together while I lost 1. I'm sorry, Cloud, but I need a minute to process all this. God damn it. It's a joke. It's all just a fucking joke. 3 families, I mean, leaving him alone to slowly wither away and die in isolation is one thing, but why? Why dangle these nuggets of hope in front of him all this time, only to smash them into the ground? Why? I'm sorry you have to hear this right now, Waking Cloud, but there is no God. And if there is, he is clearly one sick fuck! Where the hell does that lead to? How deep is this cave? Whoa, something's there! Did you see that? Hello? I thought I saw a person or something. Whoa, hang on! Whatever that thing is moving, and I'm way too sober to be seeing shit right now. Wait. That's a killer plant! No! You don't belong here! This constituency does not welcome the Green Coalition! Oh shit, it's the Green Man! Go away! We're not interested! They can open doors now? Oh, fuck that. Okay. You're not gonna believe me if I told you that's not magic, are you, Cloud? Well, Father, it looks like the vultures followed you home after all. And they brought friends. Do not chase that, Cloud. Alright.
You have a serious problem with your garden, Father. Wait, I owe you one more bullet. There you go.
Okay, how did this even happen? I thought the vultures left the valley. Are these reanimated corpses, or did the ones who leave mutate and then come back? Either way, I'm surprised they remembered to come to this cave to exact vengeance. Now that's what I call a grudge. Well, I don't have a flamethrower, but I guess Tommy guns will do just fine. You're not gonna believe me if I told you these are not demons, are you, Cloud? But hey, if they can bleed...
We can kill them.
And that's really all that matters. I mean, okay, it's not really blood, but they're not moving anymore. Now, the killer plants are more of a mystery. How did they get out of the vault? Did the vultures take seeds with them? I joke about the Green Coalition, but do they really feel obligated to spread this shit wherever they go? Well, not in my backyard.
We prefer plants that don't eat people.
Radical idea, I know. Oh, Cloud. Okay, well, if you're just gonna do that, then by all means, touch them with your naughty hand. I'm still waiting to see you tear a Whiteleg's head off with that, and when you do, I'm gonna savor every second. But anyway, I'm not letting the Green Coalition distract me from the fact that what happened to this father in the cave is utter bullshit. I thought Lady Luck had a vendetta against me. Well, it turns out I'm just the latest in a string of hapless badasses who can't catch a break. I mean, holy shit, he was already blaming himself for the death of his first family and his surrogate family. How much heartbreak can one man take? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I'm already pretty depressed about losing my family in the Mojave. Oh, don't let my chipper attitude fool you. It all comes crashing down when I close my eyes. But at least I know they're still alive when I left them. Maybe I had a family before getting shot in the head, but I don't remember, so I'm just gonna assume I didn't. I already have enough problems sleeping at night. Oh, jeez. He was a man from a different era, and I'm still upset about it. I don't know. I shouldn't compare myself with him. I mean, the shit he's been through is way worse in so many ways. But I can sort of understand how he felt. Untouchable, but still alone. And at the end of the day, what do people like us really need? Money, power, prestige, those are all very nice, but so what if you have no one you care about in your life? And if my experience is anything to go by, the pursuit of those things can be the very reason why you end up alone in the first place. Well, if this is your final resting place, Father, and I really hope it's not, I guess you can rest easy now that I've cleared out the place. The vultures won't be disturbing you anymore. Oh, for the love of the Father, Cloud, how many times do I need to tell you I didn't just waltz into that cave for no good reason? I'm not that spontaneous. Oh, hang on a minute. Gotta shoot that gecko first. Okay, I feel better now. But yeah, I actually went in there looking for something specific. Daniel wanted a map to the Grand Staircase, but he gave me no clues at all where to even begin looking. Luckily, it turned out our survivalist was a keen traveler. I remember he had a map of Salt Lake City in one of his other caves, so I figured this would be our best shot. Now, I'm still doubtful, but at least there's a chance there. Now, I get it. This is taboo to your people, but don't think of this as desecrating a sacred place. Think of it more as the Father giving your people aid you are out of need. All we're doing is retrieving said aid, right? I mean, miracles won't just happen. We need to put in some work ourselves. You can't rely on pre-war delivery services anymore. And there's some work right there. Begone, foul demon. We have a quest to complete and you shall not get in our way. Whew, feeling righteous yet, Cloud? I know I am. Look, I promise we won't stay longer than we have to, okay? I'm not reveling in your existential crisis, honest. Okay. We doing this again? Don't make me switch to a different gun.
Messy business. I am glad it's over.
Messy shooting, more like. No need to sugarcoat anything, Cloud. That was terrible. At least you're talking to me again. I prefer that over the silence. Seriously, I wasn't deliberately trying to upset you. I just wanted to show you that just because you don't understand something doesn't automatically make it divine. I mean, take that plane for example. Once upon a time, it could fly in the air like a bird. Nothing magical about it, just the laws of physics. I mean, there's nothing wrong with venerating things. I still have my death pistol. Now, I know it's not really the Grim Reaper's death poker, but I'm still gonna call it that. The problem comes when you slap the taboo label over anything unfamiliar. That's how stagnation sets in. Oh no! Holy shit! You just killed a Yao Guai with a Yao Guai fist. Was that technically Yao Guai on Yao Guai violence? That took, what, 2 swipes? Okay, I'll take getting clubbed in the back of the head over getting slapped by that any day of the week. You'll hear no more wisecracks from me at your expense. We really do still need to head inside this cave though. Like, seriously, take it up with Daniel.
I understand. I would prefer to leave as soon as possible, though.
Well, that obviously depends on how long it takes us to find what we need. And what kind of fun little surprises the father left behind, of course. That old man was cranky as hell. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? What I meant to say was, he was very protective of his things. His traps will deter most of the riffraff, the unworthy, if you like. But of course, we are worthy, which is why so far we're still in one piece. The chosen few shall inherit the father's gifts, or something along those lines. Is that... Oh, seriously? The killer plots are here too? This is an infestation in progress. 3 shots from a brush gun, good grief. I guess it's a good thing they don't have vital organs. Sea Cloud, are you comfortable with the fact that the father's sacred caves are infested by these monsters? I know I'm not. That's right, if anyone asks, we came here to cleanse these caves, and the stuff we're bringing back are gifts from the father. I'm sure Daniel would be proud of this little act of mental gymnastics we're pulling off. But in all seriousness, I'm starting to wonder if these things are just a natural byproduct of existing plants exposed to radiation. I kind of hope that's the case, because if they were brought here by the Green Men, then that would make them an invasive species. You really don't want that in a habitat like this. If they can outcompete the local flora, then before long they're gonna be all over the valley, thus ruining God's heaven on earth. And Joshua would throw a fit over that. Now, granted, these things are rooted to the ground, so unless you're blind drunk, you're probably not gonna stumble into them. Still, would you be comfortable letting your 3 kids playing in the valley, knowing that these things are out there? I guess for the time being, they're not in the valley, but that's not a long-term solution. Speaking of which, where are they right now? I didn't notice any children with the dead horses either, now that I think about it.
The children and the old have already been evacuated from the camp. They are safe enough, unless the Whitelegs come for us in force. When we learned that Salt Upon Wounds had defiled Zion with his presence, Daniel ordered the children, the old, and the sick evacuated from the camp.
Really? The evacuation already started before I got here? Okay, I guess Daniel was taking some initiatives. Finally, I meet a leader who isn't sitting around waiting for a miracle that someone like me would come along and solve all their problems for them. Ironic considering what Daniel believes in. That said, your kids are still gonna be separated from their parents for God knows how long. I can't imagine how much crying was involved when they left. Okay, you know the drill. Wait for me to disarm the traps. You don't even have shoes on, so watch your step.
My husband volunteered to lead the hunters that went with them for protection.
Mr. Cloud is with them. That's good to know. Don't worry, I'm gonna try my best to make this whole arrangement as temporary as possible. You'll be with them again in time for the next hunting season.
I try not to worry about them. But we have had no news for so long, and Daniel seems sad when I ask him about it. Sad and a little frightened.
Frightened? And he didn't explain why? Oh, for the love of... Am I gonna have to talk to the leader on someone else's behalf as a neutral third party again? For you, fine. All you had to do was say the word family. Apparently that's the magic word. He might open up to me. I do have my methods after all.
Perhaps he will. I sometimes feel he thinks he must protect me. If he has news, I would know of it.
I'll speak to him when we get back to the camp. In the meantime, we have a map to find. Have a look inside that duffel bag behind me while I read to you more words from God. Year 2108. Okay, I guess he didn't shoot himself after all. What are the chances that I would stumble across these caves exactly in the right order? I take that as a sign that I was meant to come here. August 22nd. 10 sets of tracks half a mile northeast of canyon entrance. Barefoot? Interesting. Was this around the time when tribals forgot how to wear shoes? August 23rd. Saw them through scope. Corpses walking around. Finally gone crazy. Dementia, maybe. Corpses? Oh, I know what's happened. Oh boy, is he in for a nasty surprise. August 24th. I'm not crazy. They're real. God damn it, they are real. Yep, meet the feral ghouls, one of the many fates worse than death in this fun world we live in. Rushed me the moment they saw me, snarling like animals. They look like corpses, but don't smell rotted. I'll be putting them out of their misery, doing for them what I never could for myself. He's still beating himself up for not shooting himself. Either way, he's hurting himself. September 3rd. The last of them, all gone. Poor guy. On the one hand, he needs the company, but on the other hand, feral ghouls are not the company he or anyone needs. Be glad you don't have to deal with them around here, Cloud. Ooh, now that I think about it, I need to have a word with Follow's Chalk about those things. He needs to stay far away from them. Just another item on a very long list of things for him to avoid in the civilized lands. Year 2113. Ooh, we're really skipping ahead here. February 5th. Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, happy birthday you useless old dinosaur, happy birthday to me. Okay, he's reached the singing to himself stage of madness. Not many people can make it back from there. Happy 60th. Holy shit, I can't even imagine being isolated for so long. He only had actual company with Sylvie, and that would have been, what, a couple of years at most? What do you get a man who has everything? Objection, you don't have everything. In fact, considering the nature of what you don't have, one could argue you have nothing important at all. A bottle of whiskey and a 12-gauge slug through the roof of the mouth. Woo! Calm down, what do I have to do to prove to myself that I've lived long enough? I'm a shriveled old man, white beard, seen enough sunrises and sunsets, saw the big sunset, been hanging on through the long night 36 years now. He was only 24 when the world ended? Fucking hell. Ridiculous. Not kidding myself into thinking there's anything on the other side of this. Fine. Things weren't so bad before I was born. Char and Alex, Sylvie and Michael who could have been. Thoughts of the beloved dead before dying. Goodbye, Zion. I mean, there are more entries, so clearly he didn't do it this time. But honestly, I don't even know what I would suggest to him at this point. No, don't shoot yourself. You're still too young. There are so many more years of isolation to experience. There's no silver lining to this, is there? February 6th. Fucking didn't do it. Coward as usual. Maybe 2 bottles next year. If I was in his position, I would have left Zion behind and moved on to a different place. I mean, of course I would say that. Why do you think I'm in Zion in the first place? And to think I contemplated becoming a hermit in one of these caves. That's no way to live, is it? I might need to reconsider my options after this. 23, wow! Well, the obvious question is, did he escalate his drinking for the next 10 years? And if so, was it an extra bottle each year? Or was it double the previous year each time? Whew, even cats wouldn't have the balls to try that. April 25th. 24 of them. Half boys, half girls. What? Youngest is 8, maybe. Oldest 13 to 14, dirty and scrawny, been on foot a long time, children's crusade. Struck camp on nearly the same spot as Los Mexicanos 30 years and a lifetime ago. I've spent 2 nights listening to them, English, literate. One of them reads stories while the little ones fall asleep. They escaped someplace they call the school, but can't figure out where it was. When they want the little ones to behave, they tell them to stop or the principal will get you. Principal better not show up or I'll blow his goddamn head off. I can still shoot straight. Whoa, buddy, calm down there. I have no doubt you can shoot straight, but now that you're 70, can you still be sure that you're aiming at what you think you're aiming at? Did you ever bother to find a pair of spectacles during one of your scavenging trips? Well, that was an unexpected turn. After all that time, he had visitors again? And with children, no less. Oh dear lord, tell me that's not gonna end in tragedy again. This guy had negative luck squared. But, wait a minute. This is the last marked cave. Daniel told me there are 5 in total. Well, I've been in all of them. So, he never wrote down what happened next? Oh, for fuck's sake, you can't leave me hanging like that. Who were those children? What happened to them? What happened to him? Did I ever mention there's either no god or he's a dickhead? Because as far as I'm concerned, this is all the proof I need. By the way, how come you didn't look inside that duffel bag, Cloud? Oh, let me guess. You couldn't open it with that bare hand, could you? Wow.